Welcome again to Talent Time. I'm Sharon, and I have a very special guest here today. His name is Bob Flynn. I discovered Bob myself in Plymouth. And you're from Plymouth?
I am from Plymouth,
Okay.
originally from Dorchester.
But your family now lives in Plymouth?
We are, well, I've been in Plymouth since 7th grade.
Okay, you're officially a Plymouth
I'm a
person.
Plymouthian.
Okay. I love it, a Plymouthian. Anyway, my friend Bob here is an artist. He's a woodworking genius. And one day, I drove up to a place where I live, and Bob was there. And he showed me the most incredible thing I'd ever seen. And I'm going to show you all of these things today, and Bob's going to explain some of that. But
I'm even going to show how to do it.
you're going to show me how to do
simple.
it. Oh, okay. Well, we can do that too. So tell me, I think you're an all-around artist. What do you actually call yourself? Is there a specific, how do you refer to yourself?
Well, I'm Bob. Most people know me as Bob. I'm, sometimes called eccentric. And I have way too much time on my hands, given all these projects that I'm involved in. But I think that, people finally seeing that, hey, maybe, you're seeing some things to fruition. And hey, I've been getting a lot of encouragement. And I've been getting a few sales, the starfish and, other things, wedding
Right.
presents. And, it's been going pretty good.
It's a good idea. How long have you been doing this?
I've been, since I went down to Long Island, and I met a very good friend of mine, Charlie Russo, who's also a wood connoisseur.
That's what you are, a wood connoisseur
Well, yeah.
with diversified interests.
He opened my eyes,
There you go.
basically, and showed me different types of wood, how it can be used, even going so far as to go to upstate Adirondacks and see how a gentleman turned a lilac root system into a beautiful settee that sold for $60,000.
Oh my goodness.
He bought it, stayed on the showroom floor for 2 years, and then he was able to take delivery on it. So, I mean, and that's just one thing, but there's many, many other things that I got involved in. It was just a catalyst.
Right.
That he
Give you the jump start. It wasn't like summer camp or anything, woodworking, wood
wood
shop?
interest,
That's cool. And you've been doing this for
10 years or so,
10
like
years.
kind of like into it, for 10 years.
I want to know, how do you get your ideas for all these different things? First of all, what I want to ask you is this. These are all slices of wood from a tree.
Well, cedar specifically
Cedar.
on the starfish, and I found that just doing these starfish, and I'll grab one right here.
No. I
No?
think that's
This
the
one right here?
That's my favorite one I've seen yet.
You like that
That's
one?
the one that I like. Yeah, can you put it up here so I can just
There's
see it?
there's a thing about cedar. The outer cambium is white, and these tips, they're all white tipped. The inside is pink. Now this one isn't finished, and I'm sorry I have to display this, but once this is all sanded out, you should be able to see every growth ring and be able to find out exactly how old the tree is, starting from the heart, which is where this begins right here. And this right here is how I do these.
Oh.
I put the open center template in the middle and line it up with the heartwood. Once I have that done, I just make little marks here, 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 and then manipulate the flares using, freehand, with a pencil or a Sharpie, whatever you want.
Oh, how interesting.
And then,
Did
then
you create this this template? Is that something that you made, or did you find it?
I actually I stole that from my mother's front garden. And
Did she notice?
She didn't notice until I told her.
Yeah, but you brought her one of these.
I felt bad. Actually, I made her one for Christmas, so she can't be too upset. It came out really nice too. She's got it actually over the fireplace in the living room, and it came out nice.
Do you know? Do you use different woods, or is this something that
Well, cedar, it seems, it seems to me that I've been spending a lot of time with cedar. It's easier on the router blades. I can get more work done. It's not as hard. It's a conifer, so it's a softwood. It's not like an oak, like this oak bench over here. I had to router out to do the inlay on those cedar sectionals over there, and the router blades just, they labor. And you go through more work. I can get more work done and make more of these than if I had to do a project like that. And it's just, I just felt like things were going quickly. So I made a number of these all at the same time because I was liking the progress,
Right.
and that's always encouraging,
How long does it take to make one of these, you think? Or are they all different? Because I noticed you have a few
They're all
different ones.
They all pose different challenges because, each one may have more knots than the other. They're harder to get through,
Right.
And when you have knots, there's also fracturing. When you use power tools like routers that have a lot of power.
Right.
So you have to stop and try to figure out what other tools are going to be less aggressive so that they don't fracture the wood and you can make for a nice finish. So that means less progress and you go slower. But generally, like the three in front there,
Right.
those probably would take anywhere from 10 to 12 hours. And I'm starting to get better at it.
More practice.
Yeah, I have the complete set of tools. You need basically a chainsaw. If you don't have a chainsaw, you can't
Where do you get the wood somewhere, like in the woods, or how do you
I
get
get
it?
all my stuff in the woods. Everyone asks me that question. I find it
Really?
very funny. They're like, where do you get the wood?
Well-
I'm like, get in the woods. I just go out there and, timber, and now you can get started. If you have a chainsaw, you can get going on this. If you have a router, if you have two different types of Dremels, and if you have a draw blade, well, not a draw blade necessarily for this, because this is cedar and it has a shape to it like a clover. You would
Right.
ruin the look of it if you used a draw blade on it. I use a draw blade on the red oak and the white oak and other types just to take the bark off.
Right.
When I say
You gonna
draw
show me
blade,
something?
when I say draw blade, this is what I'm talking about right here. It's got a,
That's interesting.
and you always want to bring it to you. So you have the log in front of you. You take all the bark off.
Right, I
and
noticed
that's
that.
where all
They're
the,
barkless.
That's where all the insects are. They
Oh.
want to hang out underneath the bark and ruin your wood. So if you take the bark off, then you don't have that problem, and it can dry out.
So do you have these in any restaurants or something? Because I know Plymouth, we're a very wooded area up there, and
I have, well, the owner of 42 Degrees North, actually, the staff, bought one for him. And I guess he was pleased. I talked to DJ, the manager. He said he was very happy with it. And I have a few customers from a restaurant in Manamet also, Marshland. Brittany Andrews and her mother Denise. They both, they're kind of fans of my work, and I'm going to probably give them a DVD of this,
oh,
recording.
yes.
So that
Tell
they
me,
can,
Bob, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
Sure.
are these starfish, or are they? Is there a name for it? It looks kind of like a starfish, but it started out as a star.
Well, I was calling them dancing stars, and everyone
That's
else was
nice.
calling them starfish. So I kind of was like, okay.
It's a dancing starfish.
Or a dancing starfish.
There you go.
That's excellent. We could do that too. I mean, hey, whatever you want to call them, I think they look great, and I just call them starfish from now on because everyone, dubs them so.
Do you make any other design? Because I see starfish, starfish, starfish.
Yeah, I did I've done a shamrock. I have
Okay, yeah.
an anchor up there. That's for my brother,
Right.
soon to be married. And
Oh, I
that's
see.
that's for him. So I'm working on that for him. That's a starfish, actually. That's a real starfish, even though it has more than 5.
Did you take it from a photo or the fish?
Google the images.
So that's how you get a lot of your.
I'm very visual. If you want me to do a shark, an octopus, or actually I have to do an octopus for someone on cedar.
Right.
I have a shamrock I have to do. I have, geez, a couple other things I have to do. But that's an actual starfish that I noticed on the images that they provide you on the internet, you know, which
right.
is something I'm trying to get used to. And I should
You're a
use
man
it.
that uses this and this?
I'm not a computer guy, but I'm trying to get there, you know,
have to.
and it's very important that I do, because, you know, otherwise, you know, you're missing out on a whole bunch of images that you can literally, you know, just have them on your phone in like 2 seconds, and you can go from there.
So I'm interested. In high school, I know women take certain things, things that like home ec and things like that in high school. Did you ever take woodworking or mechanic working and things? I know
Mostly
that
trial and error,
Really?
you know, but I've been in a lot of trades.
What
you
else
know,
have you
I've
done?
You know, I've done roofing, you know, framing, tile work. I've sold cars in Boston. I drove a cab for 4 years in Boston.
Interesting.
I started Mayflower Taxi in Plymouth.
Well, you did?
Yeah,
That was you.
that was me.
I've taken Mayflower Taxi.
I
Thank
worked
you very much.
18 hours a day, 7 days a week
Thank you.
for quite a period of time. You know,
Mayflower Taxi, very good, very reliable.
we were very good.
That's good. And you don't
We
do
were.
that anymore, though.
No,
This is your full-time job, basically?
Things happened. You know, we won't go into that.
Okay.
Partners
So-
are for dancing. That's the only thing I'll say.
All right.
Let me just segue.
Segue. Good. This is a full-time job, though. I can see that.
It's whenever I get out of work, whenever I have time, I just go down to the garage. Everyone knows I'm there. You know, my brothers, my family, they call me, "Where are you?" I say, "Where do you think I am?"
I'm in the
down at the garage. It's my zen spot. It's where I enjoy being. And it's the source for, you know, creative design and try to
So
figure it out.
do you have any specific motivator that gets you down there, or is it, I have a job to do, I must go down there?
No, I just want to be there.
So this is you. This is who you're meant to be.
My garage has a lot of stuff in it.
You mentioned to me,
I have a chandelier of an apple tree root system that spins over my workbench.
wow.
And a few various other things that obviously I couldn't bring because they weigh almost like a half a ton. I got stuff that's big. These are little things that I can make a profit on and try to, like, you know, manage the day-to-day bills and stuff like that, you know. 10 to 12 hours, fine. I have things that I have over 100 hours into, several years
And they're
into.
not complete yet? I mean, do you ever start something and just mess it up so badly that you say, you know what, scrap it, start again? Or does it
No.
always become something?
No, you make it. You make it into something. There's a reason why you decided to keep that. Unless the bugs get to it and you let it out in the rain, it rots. Then that's when you discard it. But if it's still of good constitution, there's something there. A lot of times I've almost given up on certain things, and I just found another way to showcase how beautiful the wood is in a different way, perhaps. Like this didn't look like much right here. This,
Yeah, that looks like you just cut the slab and it's ready to go to work. It smells great.
yeah, it doesn't play guitar very well, but I mean, if you're good at air guitar, you're fine. You know,
Is that what you're going to make it?
it's a little whammy bar over here. I don't know, it looks like a guitar.
You're right. I love it. I don't think you should do a thing with it except shine it up.
Basically, if you wanted to do something like this with a cedar tree, you can just do a rip cut through the limb. You cut through the tree and then through the limb, and generally that's from an angle. It's an angle cut. So
Okay, so it's kind of like cutting the roast against the grain.
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay, I like that.
That's
I
very-
understand that.
very good.
I understand that. Now, can people buy these? What would you sell one of these things for? One of these art?
They've varied.
beautiful.
You know, when I first started off, I wasn't really sure how to price them. I wasn't keeping track of my hours. I wasn't doing a number of things because I didn't realize it was going to morph into, you know, perhaps a business, you know, a little side business, you know, or
Right.
maybe full time. I don't know. I can always find the material. So if there's enough interest, then you know, generally you go with it and you stick with it. These about that size, I've sold a few for anywhere from 150 to 250 bucks. You know,
Great gifts.
and they are. They've worked out great.
They're unusual. I've never seen anything like it. In fact, that's why I invited you on today, because this is so unique. It's a one-of-a-kind thing. In fact, they're
It's
all
different.
originals.
Yeah, they're
When
all
I look at
great.
them, they're all originals.
And they're all going to be stamped on the back. I finally got a stamp, and my brother actually, I can't take credit for the design on this, but this is the stamp. If you
Okay.
see it, you know that the Bob made it. The Bob made it.
Oh, you
this-
hold that up? That's a great. He made the logo?
He made the logo. It's simple.
Boston Bob Woodworks.
It's neat, and it's, I don't know, I think it's very sexy. I think that's fantastic. What do you think?
I think I love it.
My brother Richard Flynn can take all the credit for designing that. I'm very happy he did, and he just surprised me one day when
And
we
he
were
just
at
did that for
the
you?
get together. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm of a good family, no doubt.
that is very nice of him. Maybe
It
I
was
should.
very nice.
Yeah,
Now he's
that-
making me cards actually too. So I mean that's
Make sure I
you
get
know,
some of those cards.
I'm gonna have to give him a
Make
big
sure.
hug or something.
Oh, yeah. So you do take requests for a number of pieces. You could have, say, I wanted. Let me see. I'm Italian.
Whatever you want, I can put it on wood.
Can you make a
and
meatball sub?
I can do a meatball sub on wood. That is no problem. I can actually do that.
I make a bet you can.
It'll look
You're a very
delicious,
creative guy.
but when you go to bite it, it's going to taste like cedar.
I love cedar.
But cedar is supposed to smell good. It doesn't
What is
taste
what
that
is
good.
this? I'm looking at this.
I was just going to grab it. I wanted to show you. You know, this is something I think everyone would love.
Mm-hmm.
And the family, it's a family thing. You go out into the woods with your kids, you know, and you go out there, and instead of, and this is a very green idea, which is very popular lately, you prune a tree. You don't kill a tree. So you get your prunings, you go out there with your kid, and you
Right,
prune
like
a
you're in the
Christmas
garden.
tree. And then you come in here and you go, oh, that looks like it fits right there. No, it doesn't. Wait a minute, right over here. Okay, that stays like that.
Okay.
You can spin it.
This is a great idea. This is
And
like,
yeah,
I hate to say, these are like the old-fashioned wood toys instead of the plastic thing. This is a
Yeah.
great family get-together.
This has already been a Christmas tree before.
Really?
Then all the greens decided to fall off, so you know we took them out, and we're going to start over
This is
again.
the equivalent of the old-fashioned trains
This one goes right here.
that everybody loves. One of a kind.
It's
They're
just
beautiful.
fun to arrange, and this right up here, you just, you know, you drill a hole, and you, where is it? Right over here.
Right.
Just drill a hole, you stick the wire in there, and then once it's in there, you just wrap it around, and then you make a small version of one of these stars,
To
and
put
you can
on
have your
top.
own little star on
Oh, I
top.
love it. I love this.
But you have to get a star with a stem, and that's the important thing.
You can
And
find
I
a star with a
do
stem.
believe there is one right here.
Oh,
So
yes.
you drill a hole in that, right?
Right.
A smaller version of this, obviously,
Right.
like something like a, well, I think I might have something.
The size of a donut, maybe?
I know I have something right here. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. I have a bunch of, oh yeah, here we go. Something like that.
Boston Bob.
Little guys.
Oh, look at that.
They can be
I hold that?
coasters, they can be ornaments. You know, you just cut little pieces from a log, something like this.
That smells great.
This is my girl. Just take a dead cedar tree, right? You know, and just take a handsaw. If you have a handsaw,
Yeah, but we're not going
You're
to do
in
that
business.
handsaw here today.
no, I wouldn't want to hurt
I
anybody
know it.
because I'm dangerous. But I mean, if you take a handsaw,
Focused.
You
We
go
call
like
that
this.
Focused.
if you just had a handsaw, you could make ornaments for your mom and dad, wood burn, whatever you wanted to. I love you, Mom. Christmas 2015. You just cut little slices out.
You have gone back to nature. You've gone back to
Why
where
not?
we were.
Why go to the store and buy something from China when you can make it in the USA? That's what I'm saying.
There you go. I'm liking that. You
Why not?
also, well, clearly by all of this, you also do some. Don't you have a patent, something that you're trying to make? You do. I know you do landscaping, which is just spectacular.
Yes, it's a patent that I'm working on, and obviously, if anyone tries to steal it, you're in trouble.
Nobody will.
I plan on doing something that would require me to tattoo Mother Nature. It's putting images in the ground.
Right.
using different types of aggregate. For instance, Mr. Salvatore, he's a gentleman that owns a property. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but he owns a property on White Horse Beach Road and Rocky Hill Road. There's an embankment right there, which I think would look great if I had a silhouette of a white horse using crushed white marble and using topography to your advantage. Unused ground, hills, stuff that's going to create a profile for the image. So you put the crushed white marble into the form of the white horse, you know, seagrass planted in the ground to be trained to represent the mane and the tail, volcanic rock for the hoofs, a special little rock you picked off the beach for the eye. There's only one eye.
This just comes to you in your sleep?
I don't know. It comes to me. I can't
you
take
always
credit for
been
all
like
my
this?
ideas. Actually, I brainstorm a lot with people.
Right.
And I've had a lot of help from just people that show interest, but actually care to, and I listen to their suggestions as to how to do it, expedite it, make it go faster. A lot of guys are like, they're trying to help me go faster. They're always like, faster,
Why would you do
faster.
that? I thought this was therapeutic for you.
And I have to argue with them and say, hey, you can't rush this stuff, you know. I mean, I'm not going to go be whipping these things out. It's going to come out looking like trash. So, I mean, there's a happy medium that you have to, and only I can make that decision. But, I mean, I always will take any kind of information that I'm not privy to, and it will help me, and I will do it.
So did you ever take, when you were a child, did you ever take things apart and tree things in the forest and paint? And
I wish I did.
It just happened late in life? What did you do as a child? What was your big
I didn't become
big
curious. I
thing?
was running around the woods thinking I was Rambo. I got the survival knife.
It is the
it
same
was like,
thing.
you
It just
know,
started you on the
bang,
path.
bang, you're dead. You know, we play guns and stuff like that, you know. But, you know, the curiosity as far as like how things work and things like that only started to take momentum and take shape for me. And
When you met that fella?
no, Charlie, it was before that. It's just, I think it happens once you have a working knowledge of nature, different materials, how they interact with each other, and you sometimes you're like, wow, you know, or you just watch Discovery Channel or how it's made, and you'd be like, wait a minute, I could do something like that, but in a different application. Your mind just starts to, you know, think about different things, and you know.
You never went to school for any of this because you seem so fluid in how you speak about. I mean, I realize this is a skill that you can develop on your own, but the way you speak about it sounds like you've been educated. You went to school for it, or
Well, I went to Mass Maritime.
There we go.
I went to Mass Maritime Academy.
So
but,
that's
you know,
what the haircut's about?
It was a lot of math and a lot of time in the bilge and working, you know, trying to figure out how steam engines systems work. And you know, I did get some travel time. I went to Europe and I went down to Puerto Rico, Mexico.
Did you surf?
No. No, I did not serve, unfortunately. I wish I had.
Well, there's still time. You're a youngster.
I appreciate all those that have. And one including is my brother Dave. He served in Afghanistan, and I guess it was a rough go. So
Who served, you or
my brother Dave?
Your brother Dave? No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
he was over there for, I guess he was over there for a little while, a couple years, and I know in Kabul. But merchant marines, they are called upon in times of war, and I never made it to that. My brother Richie graduated.
But
that's why he's making 6 figures right now, that little guy.
That's okay. Look your cup is full, as they say, because you're doing something you love, right?
I dropped out to start a business because I was so tired of being poor. You know, when I didn't see really maybe perhaps the light at the end of the tunnel. If you do graduate, you get good placement there. It's a good school. You know, everyone that has graduated from Mass Maritime, they're doing okay. You know.
Do you teach this anywhere? I mean, if say I wanted to learn how to do this, and I have no skills.
I would love to show people how to do this. You know, it's really not that hard.
Why don't you do that? Why don't you do workshops and things? I mean,
I'm thinking about it.
As an entertainer, as a singer, we teach.
I want to encourage kids mostly to get involved in this kind of thing, because I think they spend a predominant amount of their time on
PlayStation?
PlayStation, Facebook, social media. They're not getting kicked out of the house and told to go out and play like my father did. Thank God, God love you.
Yeah.
Because those are the areas, those are the arenas where you really you start to shape as a person, learn. You go outside, you get hurt.
Right.
And that's all.
Every
part
kid
of it.
did.
Yeah.
That's what we did back then.
I'm surprised I'm still alive, to be honest with you. My mother probably is too.
Well, tell me, you have a Facebook page, you have an email, you have a
Yep.
phone number. How would we reach you? How would somebody, if they wanted to
Friend
find
me
out?
on Facebook. It's just, you got to click on Robert Flynn. There's a million of us. We get the Bob Club strong out there. So Robert Flynn Plymouth, and then you got to click on the Gene Sullivan Beach sign. And also, you can, I think my number's on there, so you can contact me. And, it's
Well, we'll
as
make
simple
sure
as
that we flash all this at the end. We'll make sure we put that all out for you, so that if people
if you want to find me, you'll find me. I'm not hard to find. Everyone knows me in South Plymouth.
Really?
I've been told I'm sort of running for mayor, and I didn't even know that.
Oh, no, that's nice. That means that you're a likable guy.
I just know a lot of folks.
That means that, well,
And
networking is
I
good.
show a lot of folks, what I'm working on at different stages.
Well, I know that when I met you, you were so excited.
Yeah.
Look at this, look at this.
What do you think?
That
what
was
do you
the first
think?
thing you said to me.
Would you buy something like that? Does that look good? Maybe I just needed affirmation, whatever, like, oh, good for you, pat in the back. Mm-hmm. Those things help too. You need encouragement. And,
Right.
But mostly, you need money. So, I've been trying to, figure out how to do these quickly, do them just as nice, but there's really a certain amount of time that you have to spend on these things just
Well,
to
it's clear.
bring
I
it
mean,
out the way you want it.
Just tell me out of curiosity, this beautiful thing, it reminds me of
That's a little strong man.
it's a little strong, man.
He's a little strong man. Ready?
Yeah. Oh, look at that, how cute is that? I love it.
I was gonna put the globe on top of him, right? And do the planet Earth, and you could spin it, and he'd be holding it up.
It's so smooth. What
No.
do you smooth it with? Just
That's basically only been sanded to like a 220 grit, but it's very important that when you debark something like that, in order for it to have that kind of outcome for where it looks nice, is you have to be careful.
Right.
And it has to be dry. The bark almost has to want to come off. But
Well,
you
you know
can
what?
take it off with your
It's amazing.
fingernails.
It's amazing. And I wish you all the best of luck. I will try to tell all my friends.
Please do.
Really, because I'm fascinated. I don't mean to wrap this up. I could talk to you all day, all night.
Oh, there's more. I thought I was going to do like a little bit more myself, but
Well,
this,
let
maybe
me tell
next
you.
time.
There will be another time. I thank
I
you
just
so
want
much.
to show people that you can do it too. Now, a lot of people
That's
say,
a good motto. Thank you.
how do you do that? Well,
All right.
it's simple.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for being my guest today.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Sharon. This is Bob Flynn. And if you'd like to reach me, you can reach me at talenttimesharon@gmail.com. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you.
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to fly.